Hi and welcome. My name is Wilna Furstenberg, and this is the second part of my December album. And I just want to talk you through making or decorating the cover. So I bought this thing, this wood veneer thing at Michael's, and I thought it would be easy just to remove the deer in the middle because my idea was to do something different in the middle. And in the end, I just ended up wrecking it. But then I decided, you know what, I'm still going to make it work. So I actually took it apart to cut out the deer. I wanted to add one of my illustrations in the middle. And I just decided to use sharp scissors and to cut the little deer out. And then I'm going to just glue it back together and paint over it with white acrylic paint, which is always like the savior of any craft project. So I just want to say Merry Christmas. Today is the day after Christmas, and I'm quite sad that it's over. It was a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas as well. This morning I woke up and my first thought was, I get to do and finish my album today. So I was really excited to do this. I stayed in my PJs the whole day. So the fox is really a theme for me this year, and I just love this little fox. One of the illustrations that you can buy on my site, iheartstudio.ca. It's part of the mini class for Christmas collection. And I just did a quick print and cut with my silhouette cameo, and just to get the little fox. And I printed it on watercolor paper, and now I'm just going to glue the star back together, and then I'm going to fill the inside part of the fox with glossy accents. Usually I love to use wood varnish, but this year I was too impatient and I didn't want to wait a whole day before I finish my album, because if you use that high gloss varnish, you have to wait 24 hours for it to dry. So of course I'm using hot glue, and I'm just going to stitch the little star together, and in the end you won't even know. It was such a disaster at one stage. So I'm just going to remove that string, see if I can get it done. And now I'm just going to adhere those little parts with hot glue, and then I'm just going to use glossy accents and really fill out the middle. Now this still needs a couple of hours to dry completely, and you will see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video, but I did add a little bit of glitter on the outsides of the glossy accents where I added it, and I really layered it quite thick. It looks yellow when you pour it on, or work it on rather, but it dries very clear, and it's a lovely product to use and a great alternative for the high gloss varnish that I love so much to use. I also, you'll see in a second that I will be using a little bit of acrylic paint, and just to fill out and cover the pieces where the wood broke, and this is just another little example of how to make something work when it looks like a total disaster at one stage. Oh, those are little bows, also from Michael's, and I just removed the back part, and I'm just going to stick it down. And look at that, isn't that lovely? I just loved how it turned out. And now I'm just going to paint in with a little bit of white acrylic paint, and that little gap there I'm going to fill with hot glue. And then I'm just going to paint the hot glue white as well once it's completely dry or cold. So that's basically how simple my front cover is going to be this year. I love the gold polka dots of the album, so I don't want to cover that up at all, And once that's done, what I did was, while this was drying, I printed out my photographs, and I just cut them the right sizes, and then I added my journaling. One of the photos, I did my journaling by typing it on the photo and then printing the photograph out. But the other ones, I would just, write on the photograph itself. And this time I used a Staedtler pen, the pigment pens, and I love those pens, and it really worked quite well. So again, my approach is so simple with this album. I just picked 12 days and I just documented 12 days. Here you can see I'm adding a little bit of glitter to the outside of the inside of the star. And I'm just going to let this dry a little bit. You can see already it's drying quite transparent. And I think it's going to be beautiful once it's completely dry and the glossy accents are hardened. But I took the pages out and I'm just going to start adding the last 6 pages. And I'm going to play you music because there's not a lot to narrate. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I think it will be fun for you to watch. And I hope it inspires you to finish your little album too. It's really, you feel very accomplished once it's finalized. And this time I did my journaling before I switched on my camera to record putting it all together. So enjoy it. Bye.